Okay guys, for the double truss bridge that I'm doing, concrete piers is going to be made out of this 28mm round dowel. Just got a small piece there, so I'm going to cut them up into 3 in each column, and also I'll be using this timber which is 5mm high or thick with the rounded edges, which is going to be my base, like a concrete base platform. So I'll go cut it and I'll show you what they're going to look like. And that's sort of what they're going to look like. So all I've got to do is now put them in that spot and see what it looks like. So I'll put them in and show you what the outcome is. So they'll be painted like a concrete colour, as you can see underneath. I have the 3 piers underneath. Now back on the double truss bridge, I've now got to fix this area up. So what I'm using is just plastic styrene, sort of painted a grey colour, which is, will go like so. And also on the other side, I also have another piece which will go up like so. And then I can put the bridge piers in. So I'll glue all that down. We'll see what she looks like when she's done. And back on the bridge piers, now they're all been glued onto the bases, where this one here I've just finished. So I've just used white glue, PVA. Then I'll just paint them the grey. All the piers are now being painted, and so that's roughly what they're going to look like before I do all the scenery. And also this part won't be grey, it will be all plastered over. So that's the end of the bridges. Now the way I'm making my trestle bridge is I've got a piece of cardboard which I've trimmed out to the same size as the track, as you can see. So now that's my template. What I'm going to do is actually put it on this spare 12mm plywood, and I'm just going to mark around it, then cut it, and hopefully she'll fit underneath. So I'll go mark that and cut it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now this is the template, or not the template, this is the real thing now. So that's my 12mm ply, and she'll sit like so. And then I'll have the trestle bents underneath it, and this will be painted brown. So yeah, so that's how I'm doing both of them. So now all I've got to do is paint it and do my bents. Okay, this is what the top of the bridge will look like. It's been painted with the Tamiya red brown. Back on the trestle bridges now, guys. Now it's all painted. Now what I've got to do now is I've got these 12mm strips which I'm going to put in front to take away from the plyboard. So I'm going to just glue that on both sides. So I'll go ahead and glue it. And I'm also just using super glue. So I'll glue it now. Now I'm making the bents, and I'm using 6.5mm square balsa and 6.5mm round balsa. Now this is the length of my trestle, so all I'm going to do is use this as my template, but it's going to be just free cutting because it doesn't matter if they're different in sizes, as in how it goes under the bridge, because every trestle won't be the same on this one. So the top is 40mm. And my balsa wood, my round balsa wood is just for the legs. Will go like so. And it doesn't matter if it splints out. And then the middle leg will meet in the centre. And if they're touched too long, which these will be, it's just a matter of sanding the legs down. because when I put it under the bridge I've got to get it perfect, so I have to sand them anyway. So that's roughly what the trestle's going to look like. So now all I've got to do is glue these ones, and I'll just get some glue. As I said before guys, I'm using this super glue, so all I'm going to do is put a dab on the end and put it up against it. Then I'll just let that dry. And while that's still drying, I'll now do the cross beams. Which will go like so. Just like that. And super glue again. And I'll let that dry. Now I've pre-cut the other side's cross beams, so all I've got to do now is glue it. So I just glue on top. And the same with the other two. Now these will also be painted the red brown from Tamiya. So now I will let that dry, and I'll do the other 3 bents, because each track will have 4 bents. Now I'm going to paint it the Tamiya red brown spray. and I'll let that dry. Now the sides are all dried on the top deck of the bridge. So what I'm going to do now is cut splice plates. Which will go on like so, about every ½ inch or so. So I'm going to cut some of these up. And then put them on. And also I'll be using the nuts and bolts and washers, the MBWs, like I did on the Trestle bridge. So I'll go ahead and cut all them pieces. Now I've just glued these splice plates and I'm using this as my spacer, or this piece of timber. And using super glue again. And all I'm doing is dabbing it in. Put another one on. So I'll finish it all off and show you the outcome. Okay guys, I've now put all the holes in the splice plates. Now what I'm going to do is put these nuts in each hole. And I don't know if you can see that. But they're very tiny. And they're all on that little piece of paper. So what I have to do is put, each plate will have 2 bolts and super glue again. So normally I just put the glue on. Just a dab. And try and get it in the hole. Like so. So I'll go ahead and finish it and show you what it looks like when I finish. Guys, I'm finished putting all the nuts and bolts in. So all I've got to do now is actually paint it, which will be still the brown. It's just to show you, this might have been a better picture of the nuts and bolts. So that's how small they are. But anyway, it's finished. Now all I'm going to do is paint it. Now the trestles are just sitting there now, guys. It's because I've still got to do all the fill in the sides, but that's what she's going to look like. And then the second one. And just a view from the other side.